Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between. Welcome to the 500 here at Pro Wrestling Simulated. I am yours truly, Pat Dooley. I am the creator and host of this program. What we did was we took the 2021 PWI 500. The 2022 version is now available on PWI's website, and turned it into a single elimination tournament bracket. This is a third round match that we're kicking off the show with, featuring two of the stars from Game Changer Wrestling. We already saw the handicapped hero Gregory Iron make his way to the ring. And now here comes Ricky Shane Page, RSP, representing the 44-0 stable of hated Ohio wrestlers in GCW. He is from Sandusky, Ohio, home of Cedar Point. So these two have met. They've actually teamed together 20 times, putting together a 9-11 record. In head-to-head matches, which there have been 23. Iron has 6 wins. Page has 8. And then there are a lot of like gauntlets and scrambles and battle royals and stuff that they were both in, but neither one lost. In their 4 singles contests, they each have 2 wins. So pretty evenly matched in as far as that goes. In terms of their rankings in the PWI 500 last year, much higher for Page, number 172. Iron is number 469. Iron is the 4th lowest seed remaining in the tournament at 469. And these are 2 of the 6 remaining GCW wrestlers in the tournament. GCW has gone 19-12 since the start of the tournament, which is the best record among promotions with at least 20 matches. So GCW having a good showing for itself. Definitely the most impressive performance by an independent promotion in this tournament thus far. Even outperforming the likes of, at least percentage-wise, of WWE, AEW, New Japan, all of the usual suspects, who of course all have more wrestlers in the 500, so have more wrestlers remaining in the tournament. But in terms of wins and losses, GCW doing very, very well for itself. A 613 win percentage compared to 548 for WWE and 545 for AEW. So, little background on the 500 for those of you that are watching this for the very first time. Like I mentioned, we took PWI 500, the Pro Wrestling Illustrated's list of the 500 best wrestlers in the world, turned it into a tournament. This is the 40th episode of our show, and we're doing matches from rounds 3 and 4 tonight. We have 16 wrestlers entering. 4 will advance. So the winners of our first 8 matches will then face each other in 4 more matches at the end of the night. Only 1 can advance. Ooh, RSP pulling out a barbed wire bat here at the 4 and a light tube at the 4.5 minute mark. Okay, RSP has decided this is a hardcore match, and why not? Why not? A little about me, if this is your first time watching. I did create this show along with Mike Sangregorio, who was my co-host at the beginning of the show. Has had some life stuff get in the way, and so has kind of taken a step back. But we hope he will be able to join us coming up soon. We're closing in on our season finale, where we're going to crown the winner of the tournament, who will be the first ever PWS World Champion. Only 92 wrestlers remain in the running for that out of the 500 we started with. I am a student at the FXE Wrestling Academy in Hendersonville, Tennessee, where I'm studying to become a wrestling commentator. I'm also a producer and on the creative team. And actually, I made my first televised, quote-unquote, appearance for FXE today. If you go to the FXE Wrestling YouTube page, episode 1 of The Academy, our new weekly reality show that takes you behind the scenes, introduces you to the wrestlers and the staff. I have a couple of quick appearances in that. So, we're hoping to start running shows pretty soon. You will, of course, hear about that on this show, as well as all of the show's social media, which you can see all of our handles in the upper right corner of the screen. So, for the most part, the 500 wrestlers in the 500 were wrestlers that I downloaded from the amazing community of creators for Fire Pro Wrestling World, which is the game we're using to simulate this. There were a handful I wasn't able to find edits of, and I had to make myself. Gregory Iron is one of those, which, if you can tell, the marked difference in quality of edit between the RSP edit and the Gregory Iron edit should be pretty plain to see. I am sorry, Gregory, this is not one of my skills. I'm a solid commentator. I'm a decent gamer. I'm a big idea man, but my graphic design skills are not great. Side headlock here from Iron. The referee is Atsushi Ishiguro from Pro Wrestling Wave. Easy enough for me to say. Flatliner from Iron. Sent off the rope. So Iron got to this point by upsetting Trish Adora back in episode 21, and then Mike Bennett in episode 30. RSP got to this point by defeating John Davis in episode 22, which was a 100% quality match, according to Fire Pro, and then defeated Ren Narita in episode 30. RSP up to the top rope now. Frog splash across Iron's spine. Gonna stop and catch his breath rather than going for the pin. Big swinging leg DDT from Iron. Get that extra bit of momentum going. Pulls him to his feet. Go behind. Small package, but he's all up in the ropes, and Ishiguro knows it. Falcon Arrow. Iron showing off. Looks like maybe he's getting ready to go for the finish here. No, instead he pulls him to his feet, and RSP punches him in the gut for it. Now a kick to the midsection, and a twist of fate from RSP. We close in on the 11.5-minute mark of our opening contest. Of course, these guys both want to conserve some. Another flatliner from Iron. These two definitely, Gregory's Iron. These guys definitely want to maintain some of their stamina because they are going to have to wrestle again later on tonight. Big, just a tossing vertical suplex from RSP. 1, 2.9. Very, very close. But Ishiguro says Iron did get his shoulder up at the last possible instant. Now Iron with a forearm to the back of the head. Pulls Page back to his feet, eats an elbow, and Page telling him what he thinks of him. Telling him he's number one, and another big suplex from Ricky Shane Page. Stopping to catch his breath. Page, you've seen on a lot of episodes of AEW Dark and Dark Elevation. He's come in as an enhancement talent many, many times on those shows. Definitely one of the top names on the independent scene. 1, 2 on the jackknife pin from Iron. Another 2.9. Very, very close. Another Falcon Arrow right on the logo. Iron not quite able to capitalize as quickly as he would like. Circling each other. RSP with a running forearm. Big time shot. And another frog splash from Page. 1, 2, 3. That does it. Ricky Shane Page is moving on to round number 4. He will be facing the winner between Brody King and Fred Rosser, which is a match that is coming up later on in this episode. Stand by 1 second while I also produce the show, as I'm calling it. I am running these matches in real time in Fire Pro. So I don't know what's going to happen, but it also means that I have to set up each match as it comes. So a vaulting frog splash is what the game is calling it. And Ricky Shane Page picks up the win in our opener here on episode 40. Number 172. Shane Page over number 469. Gregory Iron. 91% evaluation from the game. All right. I'll get our second match set up here. As two well-known, nationally televised wrestlers about to go head-to-head. Our referee is going to be Natsuki Taiyo from Seedling, which is a Joshi promotion in Japan, women's wrestling. And this will be a battle between WWE and Impact Wrestling, as WWE's Randy Orton, the number 12 seed, one of 12 wrestlers to get a first-round bye because of the height of his seed, taking on Honor No More's Matt Taven, former Ring of Honor world champion. But also the 396th ranked wrestler in the 2021 PWI 500. So significantly lower seed. Definitely the underdog here. The winner will face either Mansoor or Luchasaurus later on. So Taven is out first. Matt Taven, we saw back in episode 9, beating Nick Jackson, and then he also upset Montez Ford in episode 30. Impact Wrestling is 25 and 21, with 8 wrestlers remaining, including Taven. Randy Orton had a first round bye, as I mentioned, and then defeated Erica Lee back in episode 30. WWE is 63 and 52 in the tournament so far, which is the best among promotions with at least 35 matches, and Orton is one of 11 WWE wrestlers remaining. This is the first time these two have ever met in the ring, which, makes sense. Taven has been an indie guy through his whole career. Now he's got a contract with Impact, but Orton has been a WWE lifer, so stands to reason. So we now know 2 matches that won't happen later, both involving Gregory Iron, because he has been eliminated. So again, Orton heavily favored here. Multiple-time world champion. Just a quick rundown of accomplishments for Orton. He is a 4-time world heavyweight champion, a 10-time WWE champion, 2 times Raw Tag Team champion, 2-time OVW Hardcore champion, former World Tag Team champion, former Intercontinental champion, former SmackDown Tag Team champion, and former United States champion. His last reign was teaming with Riddle as RK Bro for their second reign as Raw Tag Team champions. Taven has had a pretty star-studded run as well, but at the moment he is one half of the Impact World Tag Team Champions with Mike Bennett, members of the Honor No More stable, also known as the OGK, which was their team name in Ring of Honor. Throughout his career, I'll just stick with the stuff that you have probably heard of, unless you're super into the indies. Current Impact World Tag Team Champion, former IWGP Tag Team Champion with Bennett, former NWA World Historic Welterweight Champion, former Ring of Honor World Champion, 3-time ROH World 6-Man Tag Team Champion, 2-time ROH World Tag Team Champion, and he also held the World Television title for 287 days. That was back in 2013. And again, the winner of this will face either Mansoor or Luchasaurus in a match later. Taven with the early advantage here with that running PK to the chest. Orton, if all goes according to chalk in this section of the bracket, Orton is basically on a collision course in the round of 32, which would be not the next round, but the one after it. The first match after, this is very difficult to explain. The first match on the first episode after this one, featuring these wrestlers, he would be headed toward a showdown with Gunther. And then if he survives that, I'm sorry, not Gunther. It would be either Mansoor or Luchasaurus. And then Brody King would be his opponent in the round of 32. And then a showdown with Kota Ibushi in the round of 16, if he gets that far. But as we have seen throughout this tournament, upsets are everywhere. We have seen 5 out of the top 12 wrestlers are gone. Big power bomb there from Taven. 1, 2. So of the 32 that should be advancing past this round, only 16 of them remain. The numbers 1, 2, 4, 8, 11, and 13 seeds are all gone. But we still have 10 seeds 400 or higher. In particular, number 496, Antonio Honda from DDT Pro Wrestling, by far the lowest seed remaining in the tournament. Oh, going for a TKO into a stunner from Taven, onto a cross arm breaker. Taven is definitely not backing down from Orton here, not letting the moment get in the way. I mean, Taven's a 13-year pro. He's definitely 14 years. He's not below the moment. Going for the pin, only gets 2, and he was trained by R.D. Evans, who is I believe he's still a producer at Impact, as well as Spike Dudley. Super kick from Taven. Orton has really kind of struggled to get out of first gear here. Runs right into a knee from Taven. Orton goes for a punch. Oh, there we go. Angle slam. And another super kick from Taven. Orton really struggling to get going here. Go behind. Arm drag from Taven. Oh, I don't know what Taven was going for, but Orton was getting to his feet, so Taven slammed on the break. Super kick from Taven, and now a flipping senton. Goes for a forearm. Orton dodges it. Belly to belly. Here come the stomps. It's a Randy Orton special. Picking apart his opponent while they're on the mat. But Taven fires back with a scoop and a slam. Signaling the end may be near. Off the ropes. Big pump kick to the back of the head, and Orton just collapses. Taven off the ropes again with that somersault senton. But Orton with another belly to belly. Orton now coming off the ropes with a high knee to the back. Orton's been studying his Sergeant Slaughter tapes, and here we go, exchanging blows. And Orton fires off with a drop kick to win that exchange. Pulling Taven to his feet. Go behind. I thought he might have been getting ready for that over the back backbreaker. But Taven with a springboard moonsault off the middle turnbuckle. Too close to the ropes. Natsuki Taiyo saw it. Was not about to start counting that pinfall. Both men winded here, stopping to catch their breath. We are using the Japanese 20 count rule on the floor rather than the traditional American 10. Another angle slam from Orton. Off the ropes now. DDT. But Taven right back up to his feet. Into the side headlock, just cranking on Orton's neck. Of course, Orton's not going to submit to that, but Taven staying right on him with a jackknife powerbomb. Go behind. Big German suplex. Every time Orton starts to get a little momentum, well, I was about to say Taven shuts him down, but now it's Orton with the mounted punches. Of course, Natsuki Taiyo, well within her right of the referee to stop this match at any time. There are no knockouts, but the referee can call that a submission if they want to. We have not had a single disqualification finish in any of our matches. We've had 4 countouts. Everything else has been either pinfall or submission. The rules in regards to interference are very strict. We do not allow it. We lock the locker rooms during matches, so it remains 1-on-1. No tag team partners, no managers, no valets, no seconds of any kind. It is 1-on-1, and the best man, woman, or otherwise win. Belly-to-belly suplex by Orton. Now he's coming off the ropes. RKO! Out of nowhere! But Taven actually first to his feet. Orton, I don't know what he was going for, but Taven slid between his legs. That's all right. Orton catches him with a side slam. Go behind. Side suplex. Exchange punches, and Orton gets the better of it. Orton now pulling Taven to his feet. Eats an elbow and another. Taven now getting pumped up. Drops a knee across Orton's back and another. Big forearm from Taven. Sends Orton to the floor. and he's definitely going to take this opportunity to catch his breath. Very smart. Orton not going to give him that satisfaction. Returns to the ring, but goes right into a neck breaker. Taven now to the top rope. Senton Atomico. But both men are down, and it's actually Orton to his feet first. DDT. Orton dragging Taven away from the ropes. And another Olympic slam, angle slam, call it what you want. It sends Taven to the floor, but Taven right back in. Only a 1 count from Natsuki Tayo. Going for another power bomb right on the logo. Taven off the ropes, flipping senton. Collar and elbow, super kick from Taven. Off the ropes, another flipping senton right across the chest. Taven dropping all 218 pounds. Oh, but then Orton with a big running knee right on the jaw and another knee to the chest. Orton now sending Taven into the corner. Charging in, Taven moves. Taven to the top rope. Frog splash. 1, 2, 3. So far we are 2 for 2 on frog splashes. Finishing the match. Matt Taven is your winner, pulling off the massive upset over the Viper, Randy Orton. Big time win for Matt Taven, probably the biggest of his career, as he advances to the round of 64 here in the 500 and a round 4 showdown with either Mansoor or Luchasaurus, depending on who wins that match later on tonight. So big win for Taven, number 396 over 12, Randy Orton. And that's 100% quality right there. Hard to argue with that. That match was a lot of fun to watch. But again, like I said, 2 for 2, the frog splashes leading to the finish. Ricky Shane Page and now Matt Taven have both won their matches with a nod to Eddie Guerrero and Rob Van Dam and all the great frog splashes of the past. Let's see, we're going to have Yoshinori Umeki from GLEAT will be the referee for this next match, as we have another representative from Impact Wrestling, this time one of the mainstays of the X Division, Trey Miguel, as he takes on independent star Leon Ruffin, former WWE NXT North American champion, now a mainstay on the indies. Get him pulled up here. 1 second. I have a lot of wrestlers in this game. Gonna have to have a 100-man tournament. There we go. Leon Ruffin, Trey Miguel. Let's head to the ring. The winner of this will face the winner. They will have the unenviable task of facing either Gunther or Zack Sabre Jr. later on tonight. Although, in their favor, Gunther and Zack Sabre Jr. are almost certainly going to beat the living hell out of each other, which, may make things easier for either Miguel or Ruffin to pick up the win. But Randy Orton is out of the tournament after that upset victory by Taven. So here comes Leon Ruffin, the number 165 seed in our tournament. He beat Caveman Ugg back in episode 9, and then he upset Chris Dickinson in episode 30. Miguel, on the other hand, beat Robert Roode in episode 9, and then Cole Radrick in episode 30. And there's the bell, and our third match of the evening is underway. These two have never faced off against each other before. Ruffin with a drop toe hold there. Again, winner will face either Gunther or Zack Sabre Jr. So a little bit about these guys. Trey Miguel, 28 years old, from Toledo, Ohio. The Fresh Prince of Midair, one of my favorite nicknames in wrestling. 13-year pro. So he started when he was 15, trained by Dave Christ, part of that Ohio versus everyone group of guys that have been all over Impact for the last few years. He was a member of the Rascals, along with Zachary Wentz and Desmond Xavier. Desmond Xavier, of course, now Wes Lee in WWE on NXT. And Zachary Wentz was Nash Carter in WWE until he was released after some pretty gnarly allegations against him. Less said about that, the better. Ruffin, only a 5-year pro, 26 years old, from Pensacola, Florida, was trained at the WWA 4 wrestling school, which that's AR Fox's school. So you'll probably see some Fox style high flying from the 5'7", 156-pound Ruffin. Not often that the 5'9", 172 Trey Miguel is the hoss in a match, but it does appear that is where we stand in this match. So it's Ruffin in the blue trunks, and the black tights is Trey Miguel, and the person that's counting the pins is the referee, Yoshinori Umeki. Collar and elbow in the center of the ring, forearm from Ruffin. Scooping a slam from Miguel. Snapmare takeover by Ruffin. Some nice chain wrestling here between these two. My trainers, AJ Gallant, and Jerry Lynn, and Tom Latimer, and Jake Gill would be very pleased by that. Charges into the corner, but Ruffin moves. Kneeling DDT, shades of the Miz. That is the 5-minute mark, according to our ring announcer. There are no time limits in the 500. I don't think I've mentioned that among the rules. This is... Oh, you know what? I just noticed I misspelled the word episode. Let me see if I can fix that, because that is embarrassing. Episode. I just noticed the description on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitch all say they all say episode. I think I have now fixed it. It should be right if you refresh your browser, however it is that you're watching this. Fireman's Carry takeover there by Ruffin, hitting the ropes again. One-man operation. It's just me, StreamYard, and Fire Pro. And a Google Doc, a Google Sheet, and cage match. Basically, trying to keep all this nonsense straight. So, apologies for anything that slips through. 2 count on that folding up power bomb there from Ruffin. 2.9 on the power bomb. Nice Frankensteiner, Huracan Rana, call it what you want, from Trey Miguel. Sent off the ropes now, and Ruffin with a nice deep arm drag. Shades of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Drop toe hold by Miguel. And a backflip kick to the head. I don't know what that sound was, but I don't like it. Big chop from Ruffin, answered by a super kick from Miguel. Ruffin with a snap suplex right in the center of the ring. Both bent down, catching their breath. Both back up to their feet at about the same time. Another super kick from Miguel. Drop toe hold now from Ruffin. And a big overhand chop. Miguel fires back with a scoop slam. Now off the ropes. No! Runs right into Yoshinori Umeki, the referee. The referee is down and looks to be bloodied after that collision. Ruffin with the go behind. Pele kick to the head from Miguel. Now they're exchanging forearms here. Rocking each other. Super kick from Miguel. His feet. And another backflip drop kick. Oh, he's going for an arm drag, but Ruffin kicks his way out of it. Now it's Ruffin with a moonsault. Not the smoothest landing I've ever seen, but rolled into a pinning combination too. Oh, I thought Miguel caught Ruffin napping there with that a variation on the victory roll into a fireman's carry. Death Valley driver. That might be enough. No, pulls him to his feet, does not go for the pin. Miguel now off the ropes. Twisting, flying, head scissor. Ruffin now pummeling Miguel in the corner and a deadlift German suplex. But he's in the ropes. No count, says Yoshinori Umeki. Move to the midsection from Miguel. Drop toe hold from Ruffin. Exchanging holds here, back and forth with the elbows. Now fireman's carry takeover by Ruffin. Twisting neck breaker and a knee drop. Ruffin with the go behind. Sends him off the ropes. Spikes him with a Rana right on the top of his head. Series of forearms now from Ruffin. Dragging Miguel away from the ropes. Not sure what he's going for here, but he takes an enziguri. Whatever it was didn't work, because here comes Trey Miguel. Saw Ruffin getting up, so he slammed on the brakes. Smart move, veteran move by Trey Miguel. Ruffin now off the ropes. Crucifix. 1, 2, 3. That does it. Leon Ruffin, the number 165 seed, has beaten number 220. Trey Miguel. Big win here for Leon Ruffin, as he now moves on to face either Gunther or Zack Sabre Jr. In the fourth round, we will see that match later on tonight. 92% quality, according to the game. It is a crucifix that Ruffin used for the win, which, if memory serves, he has used to win a match already. Excuse me. Let me double check that. Yep, that's the move he used to beat Caveman Ugg back in round 1. So Ruffin, the master of the pinning combinations, has now used that crucifix twice. And now, as I mentioned, he will face either Gunther or Zack Sabre Jr. later on in this show. So far, Gregory Iron, Randy Orton, and Trey Miguel have all fallen by the wayside as the tournament rolls on. 3 down, 9 to go on this show. Our referee will be another one from Glate in this match. This time it's Ryogaku Wada. My apologies. I speak fluent high school was 22 years ago Spanish. My Japanese essentially non-existent. I tried it on Duolingo. I did okay, but not my best language when it comes to the things that I've studied. All right, so we're going to see two men who have very recently very much changed their look and essentially everything about themselves. And let's head to the ring for our first WWE AEW showdown of the evening. Try to get out of there. There we go. So, cage match will tell you Luchasaurus is 37 years old. We all know better, of course. He is, hundreds of millions of years. The modern dinosaur Luchasaurus recently aligned himself with Christian Cage, turning on his longtime partner Jungle Boy. In this tournament, he defeated Isaiah Broner in episode 16 and then upset Leo Rush in episode 30. AEW is 67-56, which is the second best promotions with at least 35 matches. They also have the most wins, losses, and total matches, and 16 wrestlers remaining. Here comes Mansoor, representing Maximum Male Models on WWE SmackDown. We saw him beat Wes Lee in episode 9, and then Shug D in episode 30. So huge size advantage here for Luchasaurus, about 7 inches and about 70 pounds. High back body drop. And let's see. Do we know who the winner of this is going to face? Yes, winner will face Matt Taven later on in this episode. Circling each other. Oddly, Mansoor winning the test of strength. Nope. I guess they're going to call it a draw. Big chop from Mansoor and another scoop and a slam from Luchasaurus into that rear chin lock. Big overhand punch from Luchasaurus. There's shoulders from Mansoor. We also know, based on the way the seeds play out, that that match against Matt Taven will actually be the first match back from our intermission later on tonight. We try to build up to the higher seeds versus the higher seeds and the lower seeds and lower seeds. Taven at 396 being the lowest seed, and Mansoor at 181, Luchasaurus at 204. Regardless of who wins, the combined seed will be low enough to warrant being first. Madness. It's mostly just more madness, but I at least try. I try, okay? But seriously, if you guys have not already checked out the Academy over at FXE's YouTube channel, we also posted it on our social media. But man, it's so good. Our technical director, Brad Owens, aka Stripe, did just a phenomenal job of putting that show together, and it's so good. It spotlights two of the top students, Colby Cowan and Steven Tyler Bailey, both of whom, in 5 years will definitely be on the PWI 500, and I mean, they could both be champions by then. I mean, they're both that good. Big neck breaker there from Mansoor. Of course, as we mentioned, no seconds, no managers, so no Christian Cage, no Max Dupree, no Mace, no Maxime Dupree. Standing moonsault from Mansoor gets one. Got a kick out from Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus into the Boston Crab. Referee checking for submission. Still feels a little early for that, as we just now passed the 6-minute mark. Luchasaurus charges into the corner with a big clothesline, and Mansoor just crumples. Luchasaurus goes for the pin. 1, 2. Kick out by Mansoor. Big arm drag. Punch to the midsection by Luchasaurus. Mansoor going for a victory roll, but Luchasaurus, used to having a little guy up on his shoulders, just kind of electric chair drops him onto his face. Hair pull takedown there from Mansoor, and a step up enzigiri. Luchasaurus now going for a powerbomb. No, backdropped out of it. And a standing drop kick. Big right hand by Luchasaurus, swings and misses. He does land that elbow to the spine. I went for that power bomb again, but again, Mansoor backdrops out of it. Now off the ropes. Drop kick right on the chest. And Luchasaurus is down. Back in the logo. Luchasaurus going for a choke slam. Nails it. Hooks the leg and the neck. 1, 2. 2 count only. Mansoor kicks out of the choke slam. Driving those shoulders into the shoulder of Luchasaurus. Scoop. No, the fan. That's just my name for it. It's a swinging sidewalk slam, but I've always called it the fan because that was Rosie's finisher back when he was doing his superhero in training gimmick. SHIT. So my joke was always that the shit has hit the fan. 2 count on another choke slam from Luchasaurus. Swing and a miss on the kicks. And a spinning back kick. Mansoor again with the fan. Now to the top rope. Luchasaurus to his feet. Shotgun missile drop kick from Mansoor. Goes for the step up Enziguri, but Luchasaurus dodges it. Going for a suplex. No, Falcon Arrow for Mansoor. 1, 2. I was going to say nobody kicks out of the Falcon Arrow, but Luchasaurus just did. So again, Matt Taven sitting and waiting. Looking to see who he will be facing later on tonight in a match to determine who will go on to our anti-penultimate show. That kneeling pile driver, there's a name for that move, and I have forgotten what it is. 1, 2.9. Sorry, the DualShock battery just disconnected. I need to charge it, which is fine, because I don't need to actually do anything during these matches, but you will get a little pop-up here showing that it is charging. Step up Enziguri from Mansoor. Off the ropes, almost collided with Ryogoku Wada. Snaps off a Rana. That almost rhymed. I didn't intend it to, and I'm kind of glad it didn't. Going for that Falcon Arrow again. Hooks the leg. 1, 2.9. Luchasaurus kicks out. Standing moonsault for Mansoor. 1, 2.9 again. Tail whip. That's one of Luchasaurus' trademark moves. That big spinning kick to the face. Mansoor is down. Luchasaurus pulls him to his feet. Sends him into the corner. Oh, man. Stun gun. The snake eyes right across the top rope. Oh, and a tail whip in the corner. Nowhere for Mansoor's neck to go, but back. Another spinning back kick. And a standing leg drop. Luchasaurus just toying with his prey here. But Mansoor now to the top rope. Moonsault. 1, 2.9. I wonder if he might have got it if he'd hooked a leg. Going for that victory roll again and again. Luchasaurus just shrugs him off. Luchasaurus off the ropes now. Running big boot to the back of the head. Hooks the leg. 1, 2.9. Mansoor kicks out. And a hair pull takedown. Mansoor now dragging Luchasaurus away from the ropes. Taking a second to pose, which undoubtedly makes the Duprees happy, but not getting him closer to a victory. That super kick might, though. Back to the top rope, another moonsault. Yes, indeed. Still doesn't hook the leg. 2.9. Again, Luchasaurus kicks out. And Luchasaurus now signaling that this might be it. Seems to be done playing with Mansoor. Going for his third choke slam of the night. Hooks the leg and the neck. 1, 2. No! Mansoor kicks out. A lot of resilience for the young man from Southern California. Oh, there's that kneeling pile driver from Luchasaurus. Right in the middle of the ring. 2, 3. That does it. Luchasaurus is your winner. The number 204 seed is moving on. Face Matt Taven later on. Bye. Can't do the formatting on Mansoor's name, but it's all right. Nobody really cares. I'm the only one that ever looks at this spreadsheet. The number 204 seed, Luchasaurus, has beaten number 181. That's our second upset of the night, but a much smaller one than Matt Taven beating Randy Orton was. 96 snake bite is what he calls that pile driver. But yeah, so that is how Luchasaurus advances for a showdown with Matt Taven later on in this episode. Number 204 seed and the number 396 seed battling it out for a spot in the round of 32. This tournament has been very bizarre on that front. We are now halfway through our round 3 matches for the evening, a third of the way through the show as a whole. Of course, Luchasaurus and Matt Taven now set in stone as the first match back from our intermission. We will take a break after match 8, and once we've played through all 8 of our third round matches, leading into the fourth round matches coming up. We've got another AEW star in our next match, but this time facing a star from New Japan Pro Wrestling. And because it is AEW and New Japan, we are, of course, using a WWE referee, Jason Ayers. We do, if there is a, we try not to have referees from the wrestlers' promotions, unless it is 2 wrestlers from the same promotion in the match, in which case, of course, a referee would be unbiased because they're both from that promotion. But when it's 2 different promotions, we do separate or a third-party referee. So let's head to the ring now for Brody King against Fred Rosser. The winner will face Ricky Shane Page later on this evening. Out first is Fred Rosser, the New Japan Strong Openweight Champion of Miami, Florida. He defeated Too Cold Scorpio in episode 10, and then Dylan McQueen in episode 30. New Japan has gone 39-44 in this tournament, which is the worst among promotions with at least 25 matches, but they do have 12 wrestlers left in the tournament. Here comes Brody King, one of the surviving members of the House of Black, 6'5", 285 pounds. Defeated Travis Huckabee in episode 16, and then Norman Harris in episode 30. That was a 100% quality match. He is one half of the Pro Wrestling Guerrilla Tag Team Champions with Malachi Black, but it'll be interesting to see what happens with Malachi as he is he's taking some time away to deal with his mental health, which as someone who is on prescriptions for anxiety and depression, I don't know. Obviously, I don't know what Malachi's going through, but Tommy, what he's going through. But we do wish him all the best, and don't try to rush back. As much as we'd love to see you in the ring, your mental health is, of course, way more important than your wrestling career. And hope to see you back on your feet when you're ready. So, outside of that, King and Rosser surprisingly have never met before in the ring. I kind of figured their paths would have crossed since they've both done a lot of work for New Japan, particularly New Japan USA. I figured their paths must have crossed at some point. I can't find any record of an Uncaged match. Feel free to correct me in the chat if it turns out I'm just missing something. But I looked under all of the gimmicks I knew of for both of them. Ooh, nice short arm clothesline there from Rosser. And we're rolling almost a variation on the clover leaf. Nice sort of almost a kneeling sharpshooter. So King in the black trunks, Rosser in the blue. So the first time I ever saw Fred Rosser was in Florida Championship Wrestling before it became NXT. He had a tag team with Percy Watson called the South Beach Boys, and they were super fun. It's a shame he never got to do that gimmick on TV, but I did like the Primetime Players. Some of the stuff he did with Bob Backlund was funny. Of course, the Nexus was great, although he was always kind of I feel like he was kind of the odd man out, other than, he was kind of their tag team specialist. But yeah, I feel like if they hadn't gone the Nexus route, the South Beach Boys could have been a fun undercard tag team. And I'm, a little bummed I never got to see it. Brody King, on the other hand, just a big, strong, scary dude. Native of Van Nuys, California. Mentioned, he member of the House of Black. There are very few square inches on his body that are not covered in tattoos. In fact, this model is probably outdated. There are probably new tattoos since this edit was downloaded. But yeah, King, Buddy Matthews, and Julia Fox representing the House of Black now in Julia Hart, not Julia Fox, the House of Black in All Elite Wrestling, now that Malachi Black has stepped away. King's sort of the de facto leader. Looks like they're setting up a big match at Grand Slam next week with King and Murphy against Darby Allin and Sting. So that'll be a lot of fun. King now going for a pile driver. It's King. Sorry, I'm not going to do that all night. That would just get really annoying. Snap, power slam from Fred Rosser. 2 count only. His referee, Jason Ayers. Crowd coming alive a little bit here at the 7-minute mark. Rosser again rolling into that submission hold. So after tonight, we will know half of the field of 32. We already know 12 of the 32. We will know 4 more tonight. And then we'll get 4 more each week for the next 4 weeks. And we'll only have 3 weeks of the tournament left. It's episodes 45 and 46. I'll be, lateral press by King. 2. Only a 2 count. Rosser now, with that big elevated gut buster. That's one of his trademark moves. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Kick out by King. I completely lost my train of thought. They distracted me with that exchange there. That's the mark of good wrestling right there. Rolling suplexes now from Rosser, the 3 amigos. Stomp to the midsection. Let's talk about Darby and Sting. I said, it's King. I said I wasn't going to do that the rest of the night. Oh, man. Big exploder suplex from King. Big punch to the midsection. Rosser again going up into the gut buster. 1, 2.9. Again, Brody King kicks out the last possible instant. Go behind, sends him into the corner. This is not what I was going to say, but I'll say it. I just got WWE 2K22. Wait, hold on. 2.9, and again, Brody King kicks out the last possible instant. So I got 2K22. Really enjoying it so far. I am, because I'm me, of course, going through and getting the rosters of all 3 brands updated in universe mode, including, having to use the community creations to download basically the entire NXT roster, because other than a handful, none of the 2.0 guys are on there. So I'm working on that still, because there's a lot of them. I've done a month's worth of shows in my GM. I'm a little over halfway through the Rey Mysterio showcase. It's a lot of fun. I'm thinking I may start doing a midweek stream, either on Tuesdays or Thursday nights, maybe, of universe mode on that. Once I've got that all updated, just to kind of see how that goes. Rosser with a big frog splash, hoping to be the 3rd wrestler to win with a frog splash tonight. No, he just gets kicked right square in the balls by King. But then a big knee to the face from Rosser, and he's right back in control off the ropes. Shotgun drop kick to the face, but King actually bounces to his feet first. Slams on the brakes before whatever it was he was going to do. Now pulling Rosser to his feet off the ropes. Big Rana. That's really impressive for a guy 6'5", 285. Trust me, as a guy who's about that weight and 4 inches shorter, you would never see me try something like that. Big choke slam from King. And then just stomps right on his face. Northern Lights suplex from Rosser. 1, 2.9. How many 2.9s have there been in this match? King now with an elbow to the spine. I don't know if he's working. I couldn't tell if he was working the king side of the shoulder, but no, he was signaling he was going for that discus lariat. And now another big Rana. He's going for that discus lariat again. Nope, just a forearm to the face. And a forearm to the back of the head. Stomps on the knee. Rosser sends him off. And they collide, both men down, as we reach the 16-minute mark of the match. Rosser, nice suplex again, rolling into the rolling suplexes. The three amigos. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3, and that does it. The rolling vertical suplexes from Fred Rosser is enough to pick up the victory. Number 236, Fred Rosser. Over 108. It's 108. Brody King. 89% quality match according to the game. And Rosser moves on to a showdown with Ricky Shane Page later on tonight. So that's we've had 5 matches. We've had 3 upsets. Matt Taven, Luchasaurus, and Fred Rosser have all advanced, as have Page and Leon Ruffin. We have 3 more matches to go, including 2 chalk matches, which is the 2 wrestlers that were supposed to get to this match in the tournament did. We will get to those shortly. But first, we have got a major showdown between 2 very exciting stars. This is this is actually our first WWE New Japan showdown after that AEW New Japan match. As we will see the King of the Ring, Xavier Woods, representing New Day, as he takes on New Japan Pro Wrestling's Kota Ibushi. Ibushi was the number 5 seed in this tournament. One of the highest seeds remaining. I believe he's the 2nd highest seed remaining. The referee for this match will be Mio Shirai, the sister of Damage Control's Io Sky. The winner will face the winner of our upcoming match between Go Shiozaki and Jungle Boy. But first, Xavier Woods. Woods, the number 133 seed, defeated Kenny King back in episode 8, and then upset JR Kratos in episode 29. Ibushi, of course, had a first-round bye, and then beat DMT Azul in episode 29. Now, these 2 have never wrestled each other, but they have teamed together once as part of the New Japan Super J Tag Tournament back in 2010. They were eliminated in the first round against Ghetto and Kushida. That was May 8th, 2010. So it has been over 12 years since they've shared a ring, the one and only time, and they have never been opponents. So we now know that the second match back from break will be Ricky Shane Page against Fred Rosser. 1, 2. Rosser. Leave the winners of those. Yeah. So going forward, we have 4 more episodes like this one, where we will have 8 third-round matches and 4 fourth-round matches. We have 4 more shows like that. And then we will have 2 episodes where we will have rounds 4 and 5 matches. I'm sorry, 5 and 6 matches. And then the winners of those 2 shows, there will be 4 winners of each, that'll make up the quarterfinals. And so we will those 8 will go on to the finale of the show, where the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals will all take place in the same night to crown the first ever PWS World Champion. By that point, the women's 150 should be out. And that will almost certainly be our next tournament to crown the first PWS Women's Champion. And then after that, we'll do tag. And then, yeah. So I don't know if we'll do tournament matches on the undercard of the 500 finale. I kind of suspect we will instead do some rematches of classic matches of this tournament. I for sure want to see Nick Gage and Brett Eisen back in the ring. I want to see them have a death match after the war that they had in the first round. Still probably the best match of the tournament thus far. 48 and a half minutes of blood and guts. It's one of the most brutal matches I've ever seen, simulated or otherwise. You got to go back and check that out. That is on our YouTube channel. Woods hooks the leg. 1, 2. Settle in, folks. I feel like this one is going to be a long one. Maybe not 48 and a half minutes, but Ibushi and Woods. Oh, hold on. V-trigger from Ibushi. Woods right back to his feet. But these guys, another V-trigger. Hooks the leg. 1, 2.9. Wow, I was saying prepare for a long one. These two incredibly well-conditioned athletes. Got a ton of stamina. 1, 2. Kick out by Ibushi. But Ibushi bringing out the big guns with 2 V-triggers in the first 6 minutes. As I mentioned, these two have never met as opponents before. I always think that kind of thing is interesting when it's when they've like one interaction and it was as a team. Forearms and a discus forearm from Woods. Now pulling Ibushi to his feet. Punch. Ibushi fires off a series of strikes, culminating with a big kick to the face. Oh. Eat defeat from Woods. A little bit of soul food. Hooks the leg. 1, 2.9. Ibushi kicks out. A shining wizard there from Woods. 2.9. Ibushi now sending Woods into the corner. Maybe this one won't be very long. Oh my God. German suplex into the middle turnbuckle. Might have killed him. Hooks the leg. 1, 2.9. Woods kicks out. Maybe these two being such great athletes, they are pulling out the big guns early. This one may not last very long. Ibushi, top rope, Huracan Rana. Now onto the apron. Give her a springboard. Missile drop kick. Now Ibushi picking him up. Looking for a power bomb. Yeah, sit out power bomb. 1, 2, 3. That does it. 10 minutes and 8 seconds. Shockingly short match. But Ibushi picks up the win and moves on. The number 5 seed looking as dominant as a 5 seed should. Beating number 133, Xavier Woods, in 96 minutes with the final bomb. 10 minutes and 8 seconds, but it did get a 96% evaluation from the game. So usually the game not fond of short matches, but like I said, these two were pulling out all the stops. And we now know, because of that win, Ibushi will be facing either Go Shiozaki or Jungle Boy in, I believe, can we guarantee that's the main event? Yes, that will be the main event, whoever it is that he is in there against. But Ibushi gets the win. With 2 matches remaining before the intermission, we've got our second WWE versus New Japan showdown of the evening, as New Japan's Zack Sabre Jr., the number 101 seed, representing Suzuki-gun, takes on the WWE Intercontinental Champion, the Ring General, Gunther. So the winner of this will face Leon Ruff when we come back from the intermission. Sabre is the first man out. As I mentioned, he's the number 101 seed. We saw him beat W. Morrissey back in episode 8, and then Ace Austin in episode 30. Possibly the best technical wrestler in the world from the Isle of Shippey in Kent, England. And his opponent, leader of Imperium, as mentioned, he is the current WWE Intercontinental Champion, Gunther. He beat Gringo Loco in episode 8, and then Johnny Simulated in episode 29. These two have actually teamed together 6 times. They have a 5-1 record. They have met as opponents 26 times. Gunther has 15 wins. Sabre has 7, and there have been 2 draws. So that's 20. That's 24. So there have been 2, a 3-way and a battlefield match where they were both in it, but neither one won. They have had 15 singles matches. He was known as Walter then. He's Gunther now. He has won 10 of those 15. Sabre has 4, and then there was 1 draw. So, yeah, I'm still kind of reeling from how efficiently Kota Ibushi put away Xavier Woods. I was definitely expecting more out of Xavier, but hey, good for Ibushi. Waste not, want not. He knows he's got a big showdown with either Go Shiozaki or Jungle Boy in our main event tonight. So why expend the energy? Come out hard, brought the big guns. We saw 2 V triggers in the first 6 minutes, and then putting him away in less than 11 with that final bomb. Hard to argue with results. Again, the winner of this will face Leon Ruffin later on tonight. That'll be our semi-main event. Kota Ibushi will be in the main event against either Shiozaki or Jungle Boy. We also know Ricky Shane Page will take on Fred Rosser, and Luchasaurus will take on Matt Taven. Sabre doing his best Vince McMahon impression with every one of those strikes. Elbow to the back of the head. Into a surfboard. Pulling him away from the ropes. Stomp on the back of the head. These two, like I said, they know each other very well. This is our first of 2, possibly 3 chalk matches tonight. Gunther 28, Sabre 101. Both men were supposed to get to this point, and they have. And Gunther is the higher seed, number 28, against Sabre's 101. So Gunther should, quote unquote, advance, but never, ever count out Zack Sabre Jr. As I mentioned, one of the best technicians in the world. And he knows that 10-5-1 statistic that I gave earlier. Those 10 losses to Gunther. He wants to avenge one of those. Rolling through into a nice bridging pin, but Gunther kicks out before 1. There's a massive kick to the back. Sabre with a front face lock, and then an elbow to the spine. Now a stomp to the head. Big European uppercut. Of course, for Sabre, it's just a uppercut. Brexit. Northern Light suplex. No, DDT from Gunther. A stomp to the knee. Again, Northern Lights, again reversed into a DDT. For some reason, Sabre seems convinced he's going to be able to successfully Northern Lights suplex Gunther. That has not happened, nor will it, most likely. Gunther is a big, scary, strong man. 6'4", 300 pounds. He's got 4 inches and 113 pounds on Sabre. Sabre, very much a cruiserweight. Walter, very much a super heavyweight. Kick to the knee from Sabre. And now again, rolling into that unorthodox pinning combination. And again, Gunther kicks out before one. Big backdrop suplex from Sabre. Stopping for just a second to catch his breath. Sends Gunther off the ropes. Go behind. Octopus stretch. The referee, the legendary Earl Hebner, checking on Gunther, making sure he doesn't submit. His arm wringer there from Sabre. Go behind. Elbow to the face from Gunther. And a massive chop. Arm wringer from Sabre. Working over the shoulder of Walter. I'm sorry, I'm going to keep calling him Walter. His name is Gunther. His current gimmick is Gunther. And Gunther has grown on me. But man, I just got so used to calling him Walter throughout his European career and then through his NXT run. Or his NXT UK run that then transitioned into an NXT run. There's that Northern Lights. No, rolling through into a cross arm breaker. Nice bit of submission wrestling there from Sabre. Sends Walter off the ropes. Comes him in with a kick. Or an inverted leg lariat. I'm not really sure what to call that. So I'll call it an inverted leg lariat. Walter with that elbow to the back and then just casually kicking him in the side of the head. Sabre again working over the arm. He really wants to get Gunther to submit, but it's going to take more than that. Another massive arm wringer taking Gunther down. Arm wringer again, just working over the arm, trying to limit Gunther's power game. So much of Gunther's offense involves picking opponents up. And if he's got one bad arm, that's going to be that much harder to do. Pump handle power bomb from Gunther. 1, 2.9. Sabre kicks out. European uppercut. They're exchanging uppercuts from Sabre. Chops from Gunther. Big boot there from Sabre to end the exchange. Kick to the knee. A stomp to the hand. Sabre going for the Gunther going for the chop, but Sabre ducks it. Sabre with the go behind. Double leg. Back into the surfboard. Hebner checking on him. Manages to escape. Gunther with the front chancery, bringing him right into the middle of the logo. Pulls him to his feet. Kick to the back. Sabre go behind. No. Gunther with the elbow. Rolling into the Kimura. Trying to break the arm. He has worked over that arm the entire match. Guillotine choke now from Sabre. Gunther to his feet. Sabre with a drop toe hold. Rolling through into another pinning combination. 1, 2. Gunther kicks out. Now sending Sabre off the ropes. Shotgun dropkick. 300-pound dropkick right in the chest. That'll cave in your rib cage. Sabre right back in control now with that elevated half crab standing on the back of Gunther's head. Hard to maintain your balance that way, and Gunther took advantage. Now a big boot to the face takes Sabre down. Another roll through into the Kimura, but Gunther is in the ropes. Earl Hebner sees it, calls for the break. Gunther now leading him into the center of the ring in that front chancery. Elbow to the back of the head. Now go behind, rolling through into the Kimura once more. How much more of this can Gunther take? Apparently at least a little bit as he escapes that hold. Sabre now going for a power bomb. Sit out power bomb. 1, 2.9. Gunther kicks out. We are past the 18-minute mark now. Gunther charging in. No, Sabre dodges. These two are putting on one of my favorite matches of the tournament thus far. And how could they not with these two involved? Gunther crashes and burns in the corner. Oh, an inverted crossface now by Sabre. Gunther manages to escape. Back to his feet. Scoop. Oh, Samoan driver by Gunther. Well, I guess that's more of an Austrian driver. Sabre. Big series of chops from Gunther. That'll cave your chest in. Back into the guillotine for Sabre. You know, Earl Hebner's got to be thinking about just calling this. I don't know that Gunther is ever going to submit. Oh, my God. Delayed Tiger suplex. 1, 2. See, I may have spoken too soon. I was going to say Hebner may want to just call this because Gunther has been in so many submission holds, and I don't think he's ever going to give up. But Gunther now going for a powerbomb of his own. Just slams him down. Sabre rolling variation on the stretch muffler, but Gunther's all up in the ropes. Hebner calls for the break. As we close in on the 21-minute mark. Another pump handle power bomb from Gunther. 1, 2, 3. That does it. Gunther 21 minutes, 13 seconds, exactly 3 minutes shorter than the 10th longest match of the tournament. I thought they might have been about to reach that top 10 there, but instead, Gunther, for 20 minutes of going to war, has defeated Zack Sabre Jr. with the Golden Bomb. 21 minutes, 13 seconds. Game only gives it 99%, which is just bonkers to me. I don't know how they evaluate these, but it is not how I would evaluate it. That's 100% for sure in my book. But now we know Gunther will face Leon Ruffin in round 4 later tonight. So it is now time for our last third round match of the evening. We'll find out who will face Kota Ibushi in our main event as AEW's Jungle Boy takes on Pro Wrestling Noah's Go Shiozaki. The referee will be Charles Robinson from WWE. First getting the impartial referee from a third-party promotion. And I guess I should be calling him Jungle Boy Jack Perry since they seem to be moving away from just calling him Jungle Boy, which, good for him. The feud with Christian Cage has done him good in terms of, kind of expanding him on the mic and in the ring. He's definitely growing as a performer, but he faces a tough test here against Pro Wrestling Noah's Go Shiozaki. And this is our second chalk match of the night. Number 60 against number 69. Nice. So here comes Jungle Boy. He defeated Casey Navarro in episode 16. And then Eichmann Jiro in episode 29. And he will be facing the number 60 seed, Go Shiozaki. He defeated Killer Kelly back in episode 8, and then Chuck Taylor in episode 29. So this is not his first showdown with an AEW wrestler. Noah is 11-7, which is the fourth best record among promotions with at least 15 matches, and he is one of 4 Noah wrestlers remaining. Charles Robinson calls for the bell, and we are underway in our last match before the intermission. When we come back from intermission, we've got 4 more huge matches: Luchasaurus against Matt Taven, Ricky Shane Page against Fred Rosser, Gunther against Leon Ruffin, and Kota Ibushi against the winner of this match. And of course, if Shiozaki wins, we will have 3 chalk matches tonight. Robinson up to a 7 count. Again, they have till 10 in these matches. So working on assigning referees for these matches. Gene Murayama. I'm sorry. For W will be, well, I guess we'll see who the main event will be. No, I'm sorry. I take it back. Shiozaki in control early here. Shiozaki, 40 years old, same as yours truly, Pat Dooley. He has an 18-year pro trained by the legendary Kenta Kobashi, Tamon Honda, Yoshinari Ogawa, and Harley Race. In there against, let's see, what is it, 18-year pro? Jungle Boy's only 25 years old. He is a 7-year pro. And there's actually no information on his cage match profile that says who he was trained by. Interesting. 5 minutes gone, according to the ring announcer, keeping us informed of the time cues. Again, there are there's no time limits in the tournament. We just like to keep track because it's interesting. I'm a stat guy, so I like to keep track of how long these matches are going. We have had 2 matches go past the 20-minute mark tonight. Of course, the shortest was that 10-minute and 8-second barn burner between Ibushi and Woods. Not quite short enough to crack the 10 shortest. Just like that last match was not quite long enough to crack the 10 longest. So far, 7 matches in the middle of the the time. Oh. Inverted cloverleaf by Shiozaki. We're going to get the submission victory here against Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Again, the winner will face Kota Ibushi in our main event tonight. After this match, we will take a 5-minute intermission, just a little leg stretch. Refill your water bottles if you need it. Go to the bathroom if you need it. And then when we come back, we will have 4 more matches to fill in 4 more spots in the round of 32. So far, we already know, stand by, I have the bracket in front of me. We already know Hartley Jackson, Don't Die Miles, Karrion Kross, Antonio Honda, Konosuke Takeshita, Willie Mack, Shingo Takagi, Frankie Kazarian, Jay Uso, Matt Jackson, Nick Gage, and Powerhouse Hobbs have all advanced to the round of 32. And the 4 survivors of tonight's show will join them. Perry off the ropes, flying crossbody. Big chop. Whoa, Shiozaki was going for a second one. Perry dodged it, but didn't dodge that clothesline. 1, 2.9. Wow, I was going to be very surprised that did it, but then the longer he was down, the more surprised I was when he kicked out. Big moonsault off the top by Perry. Jungle Boy looking to wrap things up here. Destroyer. But Shiozaki bounces right back up to his feet. Fisherman Brainbuster. Dropping him right on the tippy top of his head. Shiozaki's got about 2 inches and 75 pounds on Perry here. Jungle Boy dragging him away from the ropes. Now going to the top again. Another moonsault. Indeed. This time Shiozaki doesn't jump right back to his feet, but he does fire off an elbow. But Perry sends him to the floor. He catches breath, not going for the dive. Now, see, a year ago, I think he would have gone for a dive there, but the ring awareness and the veteran instinct starting to kick in a little bit here. Oh my gosh, twisting into a variation on a pile driver. What's Jungle Boy going for now? Shining Wizard into a pin. 1, 2, 0.9. Shiozaki kicks out and is pumped about it. Knee across the spine. An elbow. Shiozaki going for the... Oh no, suplex into an elbow drop. 1, 2, 3. That does it. Go Shiozaki wins to set up a round 4 showdown against Kota Ibushi in our main event tonight. So go Shiozaki, number 60 over number 69. We will have 3 chalk matches. That was the Go Flasher that he used to beat Jungle Boy Jack Perry. 92% quality win, 12 minutes, 23 seconds. And the Go Flasher is Shiozaki's finish, and that is the move that he used to earn a showdown in our main event with Kota Ibushi. Very excited. This is that will be our 3rd chalk match of the night. All right, so the referee assignments have been made. When we come back from the break, Luchasaurus will take on Matt Taven. The referee will be Red Shoes Uno from New Japan. Ricky Shane Page will take on Fred Rosser. The referee will be Bryce Remsburg from AEW, if that is his real name. Gunther will take on Leon Ruffin with Aubrey Edwards as the referee, if that is her real name. And our main event will be the man we just saw beat Jungle Boy Jack Perry, Go Shiozaki, as he takes on Kota Ibushi in a chalk main event, the number 5 seed against the number 60 seed. The winners of those 4 matches will all advance to the round of 32, and that will begin in 5 weeks because we still have the other half of the bracket to fill in. But folks, I am going to take a little 5-minute break just to get up, stretch my legs, drink some water, because I've been talking nonstop for the last hour and 28 minutes, the life of a wrestling broadcaster. And I will be right back in 5 minutes with those last 4 matches. Stay tuned. right, and we are back with our first of 4 fourth-round matches to wrap up episode 40 of the 500 here at Pro Wrestling Simulated. We've had 8 matches so far, 4 remaining. We entered the night with 16 wrestlers in this part of the bracket. We will end it with 4. And we started the tournament with 500. We will end tonight with only 80. This is the second ever meeting between Luchasaurus and Matt Taven. They did meet once in a trios match at Ring of Honor's Honor Reigns Supreme event back in 2019. And I just realized I had them come out in the wrong order. Taven should have been first because he's the lower seed. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Took this long into the tournament for me to make that mistake. I don't feel like restarting it. So here we are. So Taven teamed with TK O'Ryan and Vinny Marsalia, the Kingdom, to beat Luchasaurus, Delirious, and Shane Helms in a trios match at Honor Reigns Supreme 2019. That is the one and only time these two have met in the ring, and Taven holds the victory. So we will see if Luchasaurus can avenge that, or if Taven will go to 2-0. We saw Taven pull off the massive upset over Randy Orton in what has so far been the match of the night, hitting a frog splash at the 2012 mark. And Luchasaurus beat Mansoor with the snake bite in 17 and a half minutes. So both these guys went a while in their matches, but they have also both had a little bit of time to recover, as there were 4 matches after Luchasaurus's match for them to recover. But again, only winners advance. There is no losers bracket. There's no consolation bracket. It's not 2 out of 3. You win or you go home. And so far, 416 wrestlers have gone home of the 500 that we started with. So Taven in control here in the early going, sending Luchasaurus into the corner. Stomps in the corner. Again, the winner of this match will face the winner between Ricky Shane Page and Fred Rosser in 5 weeks in episode 45, when we will narrow the 32 wrestlers remaining down to 20. And then the following week, we will take that 20 down to 8. And then the week after that, we will crown a champion. A 500-man tournament is only 7 weeks away from being finished after 40 episodes. This has been a massive undertaking. I want to thank everybody that has stuck with us this long. Big shout out to Mike San Gregorio, my co-creator and co-host up until life got in the way. Thanks to Rory T. Miller, my broadcasting and creative partner at FXE. He stepped in as a guest commentator. We'll probably have him back at least once before the tournament is over. And of course, thank you guys for watching, because if I was just speaking into the void, I would probably still do it because I enjoy it and I need the reps practicing calling matches. But it's more fun when I get to engage with you fine folks. Luchasaurus sent to the floor. Taven's just going to take the opportunity to catch his breath. Smart move, rather than following him out to where he could get very dangerous. Again, we've not had a single disqualification in this tournament, but we have definitely had wrestlers go for weapons. Referee's discretion as to whether to disqualify them or not. No referee has yet. And it would be interesting to see if one would. But Taven wasn't going to take that chance, because Luchasaurus could have just pulled a chair out from under the ring and started beating the crap out of him. And Red Shizuno probably would have let it happen, because he, doesn't want to be the referee to break that 416 match no DQ streak. And guys, if Nick Gage and Brett Eisen didn't get disqualified in their first round match, nobody in this tournament's going to get disqualified. Circling each other after Ono calls for the break on that rear chinlock. Side suplex from Luchasaurus. Dragging Taven away from the ropes, pulling him up by the mohawk. Side headlock now from Taven, just cranking away on the neck. And we got Luchasaurus representing AEW in there against Taven, representing the Honor No More stable in Impact. made up of a group of Ring of Honor, I guess you would call them refugees, wrestlers who left when Ring of Honor went under before it was bought by Tony Khan. All the AEW wrestlers or the Ring of Honor wrestlers had nowhere to go. So Taven and a bunch of ROH wrestlers went to Impact and started a stable. Honor No More. Taven, Mike Bennett, Vincent, Eddie Edwards joined them. He was not initially part of the group. Maria Kanellis, looks like 1, 2, PCO. Large contingent of Ring of Honor wrestlers all went to Impact together. Of course, now Tony Khan has bought Ring of Honor, and it'll be interesting to see what happens in terms of where people wind up when Ring of Honor gets its TV show. Major shout out to Tony Khan, who if you've watched The Academy yet, which you should have, the FXE reality show that launched today on YouTube. Just look for FXE Wrestling on YouTube. You can see in the background of a lot of the shots, there are FXE banners hanging. There are also AEW. Oh, hold on, 1, 2. Taven tried to win it with that stroke, but Luchasaurus kicks out. There are FXE, AEW, and Ring of Honor banners hanging. Khan basically told AJ Gallant, our head trainer and the owner of the facility, told him the big moonsault from Taven, told him that I will buy you banners for your promotion or for your academy to hang in your gym, but you'll also have to hang ours. To which AJ responded, "Yeah, we'll hang official AEW and Ring of Honor banners in our school if you'll buy us FXE banners." So we did. So now there are 2 of each hanging in the bay. It's so weird, guys. Less than 5 months ago, I was 39. I'm 40 now. I thought wrestling was behind me. I mean, I was watching AEW every week. I was, following WWE and New Japan and AAA and, a lot of the indies because of this show. But I never thought I would ever be in the industry again. I did a show in 2006 as a commentator and video producer. I was screwed by the promoter who refused to pay me for my work. And so I just kind of thought that was it. I was just going to be a guy who worked 9 to 5 and then hopefully eventually retired. And that was just going to be my life. And then FXE came along and I am in the process of living my dream and it's incredible. I was joking with Mike San Gregorio, the co-creator of this show, that if you had told me a year ago that I would get a birthday DM from Tom Latimer from the NWA, I would have thought, oh, Tom Latimer watches Pro Wrestling Simulated? Or you're lying. But I'm friends with Tom Latimer. I'm friends with Jerry Lynn. Jerry Lynn knows who I am and thinks I'm a good interviewer. He told me I'm a good interviewer. Oh, roll up there from Taven, 2. Kick out by Luchasaurus. I'm still flying high from that. That was weeks ago, if not maybe months ago now at this point. We did an interview night in class, and I was conducting interviews with the wrestlers. And I asked for feedback after, and Jerry just looked at me and said, "No, you're really good." That was his only feedback. Like, holy shit, Jerry Lynn thinks I'm good at interviews. So, yeah, very excited for that. Taven off the ropes with a somersault senton. We saw him bust that out a lot in his match with Orton earlier. A big power bomb. So, yeah, I'm very much living my dream right now, having the weirdest midlife crisis ever. I did just turn 40 24 days ago. But yeah, it's looking like I'm going to be a wrestling announcer. Tail whip kick from Luchasaurus, but Taven right back to his feet. But that's okay, because Luchasaurus is going to give him the snake bite. Dragging him toward the logo now, rolls him over, hooks the leg. 1, 2. Oh, Taven kicks out. If Luchasaurus had done that farther from the ropes in the first place, that might have been enough. But Taven does kick out. Taven sends Luchasaurus off the ropes. Pump kick to the face. Out of the top rope, going for that frog splash again. That's the move he used to beat Orton, but they were too close to the ropes. Red Shoes Uno not going to count that pin as we close in on the 19-minute mark of this one. Sit out DDT by Taven back to the top. Another frog splash, no. Possibly another moonsault, no. Big kick off the top rope from Taven. And a punch to the back of the head. Taven now pulling Luchasaurus to his feet. Big forearm to the face. Center of the ring now. Luchasaurus walks in past the logo. Not sure what the plan is there. Short up. No, reversal on the whip. Taven now putting Luchasaurus up on the top rope. Meeting him up there for a superplex. No, Luchasaurus with a diving fist drop as we pass the 20-minute mark. Men down, catching their breath. Luchasaurus going for the choke slam. 1, 2. No, Taven kicks out. Taven goes for a chop, misses. Does not miss with the power bomb. Has to stop and catch his breath. Can't capitalize and go for the pin. Luchasaurus is wobbly though. Eats a drop kick from Taven, but that just seems to have woken him up. Taven back to the top rope now. Sentana Tomiko. And Luchasaurus right back to his feet. Another power bomb from Taven. This is now the longest match of the night. Taven onto the apron. Springboard spinning heel kick to the back of Luchasaurus' head. Elbow to the face from Luchasaurus. Dragging Taven away from the ropes. Stopping to catch his breath as we pass the 22-minute mark. Luchasaurus now with an elbow to the spine. It's Taven up. Forearm to the face. Now they're just going to exchange blows here. Punches from Luchasaurus. Forearms from Taven. Taven steps back. Super kick. Luchasaurus back to his feet with a clothesline. Both men back to their feet. Center of the ring. Death Valley driver coming. No. Slings him into the stunner. But doesn't go for the pin. Taven now off the ropes. Big kick to the back of the head. Move to the midsection. And again, that swinging stunner. But again, doesn't go for the pin. And Luchasaurus is going to make him pay with another choke slam. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. That does it. Taven got cocky. Surprise, surprise. And it came back to bite him. Luchasaurus, the 204th seed in our tournament, has advanced to the round of 32. Big win for Luchasaurus, the dinosaur with a master's degree. That was, not surprisingly, a 100% quality match. 204 Luchasaurus over number 396 at Taven. Taven very briefly got to enjoy being the 10th lowest seed remaining in the tournament. That is no longer the case as Luchasaurus puts him away. Taven also the first wrestler in the tournament to put on 200% quality matches in the same night, which is very impressive, but unfortunately not good enough to advance to the round of 32. Luchasaurus does. Huge win for the huge man. So now the other three matches tonight are all going to have to kind of play a little bit of top that. That was an excellent match between Luchasaurus and Matt Taven. Luchasaurus does pick up the win to advance. And now we will find out who his opponent will be in that match, whether it will be Ricky Shane Page or whether it will be Fred Rosser. Yep. Okay, I've got it all set up. So let's head to the ring for our 10th of 12 matches tonight. Ricky Shane Page and Fred Rosser. So Rosser is out first. He is, as we mentioned, the New Japan Strong Champion. strong open weight champion, I should say. This is the first ever meeting between these two. Rosser, of course, earlier tonight defeated Brody King with the rolling suplexes, while RSP won our opening match over Gregory's Iron with the vaulting frog splash. Sorry, guys, I'm not going to be able to make that joke again for the rest of the tournament, so I got to make it now. And actually, stand by 1 second. It is really, really hot in this room. Let me check the thermostat, because I feel like I am roasting in here. Huh. Well, thermostat's right. Tell you what, while these two are circling to start the match, I'm going to try not to disconnect myself or yank my microphone out, but I am going to turn my ceiling fan up a notch. Fortunately, I got a good microphone and headset, so you shouldn't hear a difference, but you'll probably notice the lighting changes in here a little bit. We'll get a little flickery while the camera figures out how to adjust to the new moving shadows. There it is. Not the most professional thing, but you know what? It's more professional than me just, sweating my balls off here. So, Ricky Shane Page in the black and gold tights. Fred Rosser in the blue and gold. Into that rolling variation on the sharpshooter. Number 172, Page. Number 236, Rosser. Still pretty wild that in the round of 32, the number 204 seed will be facing either 172 or 236. But that is what happens when the number 12 seed loses in the third round. It should have been if it was chalk, it would have been number 12 Randy Orton and number 21. Let's see, who's number 21? Why don't I know that off the top of my head? Orange Cassidy. Randy Orton and Orange Cassidy should have been the two surviving this bracket. Instead, it will be Luchasaurus and either Ricky Shane Page or Fred Rosser. Rosser sent off the ropes. Page goes for a shoulder block. Rosser dodges it. Swinging neck breaker. Oh, low blow from Rosser. And a spin. That was like a hurricane spinning back fist. Shades of Eddie Kingston, who I think we'll see next week. Where I have that in my head. Is Eddie Kingston even still in the tournament? Folks, there are so many wrestlers in this thing. I'm having a really hard time keeping track. Eddie Kingston. I don't think Eddie Kingston is still in it. That's a shame. Yeah, I don't see him on the list. Big elbow. Going for a rolling elbow. Rosser moves again. Low blow from Rosser. A variation on the STF. Shades of his Caucasian doppelganger John Cena. Oh, big forearm from RSP. Ricky Shane Page with the power advantage here. Side. No, backbreaker. Page off the ropes. Another running forearm. Page, known for his hardcore deathmatch style, the Midwest Martyr, the baby-faced assassin, has managed to not dip into that in this match. Really thus far. He did hit Gregory Iron with a light tube earlier. I guess I should point that out. But other than that, it has mostly been wrestling from RSP. Rolling elbow takes Rosser down. I will be totally honest. I didn't realize until pretty recently that, I didn't notice what did it, but RSP is bleeding. Looks like from the nose. Northern Lights suplex. Oh, he's bleeding a lot. all over his chest. Running power slam from Rosser. Masato Tanaka's roaring elbow finish is a rolling elbow with a racist accent. I can't believe I never caught that. Rolling elbow from Rosser. And maybe it isn't. Maybe it's just a coincidence, but I've only ever heard, other than Tanaka's, I've only ever heard it referred to as a rolling elbow. Come on, Joey Styles, do better. Swinging neck breaker from Rosser. I mean, I'm just as guilty. I was calling it that for years as well. Just didn't realize. Hooks the leg. 1, 2.9, says referee Bryce Remsburg, if that is his real name. Choke slam from Page. And telling Rosser that he thinks he's number one. Big belly-to-belly overhead suplex from Rosser. And a headbutt from Page. Big belly-to-belly overhead suplex by Rosser. Stomping away on a bloodied Ricky Shane Page. Sends him off. No, short arm clothesline. And then a big chop while he's down. 2.9. Page kicks out again. You know, Luchasaurus is backstage watching this. He will face one of these men in 5 weeks in the round of 32. Page off the ropes. Big running forearm. Drop kick to the knee. I'm still not sure at what point in this match Page broke his nose. A big release German suplex. 1, 2, not German suplex, vertical suplex. Just kind of drops him. Now, Beal into the center of the ring. If Beale Street could talk, inverted atomic drop by Rosser. Dropping him off in lower Manhattan. Sent off the ropes. Page with a big forearm. Page now bringing Rosser back to the corner. Slams his head off the top turnbuckle. Puts him up top. And now going for a superplex. Indeed. Hits it. Sending Rosser right onto the logo. Rosser is wobbly. Oh my God. Spinning kick to the face by Page. And a DDT. RSP catching his breath. Big overhead belly-to-belly suplex sends Page to the floor. Bryce Remsburg begins his count while Rosser catches his breath in the ring. Page has a chair. And he's just standing there. Right? Maybe he just took a second to catch his breath. That's not a bad strategy. Oh, but rolling into a variation on the Cobra Clutch there by Rosser. Was that the Cobra Clutch or was it the crossface chicken wing? Death Valley Driver on the chair by Page. 1, 2, 3. That does it. Ricky Shane Page advances to a round 5 showdown with Luchasaurus for a spot in the Sweet 16. Big, big win for Ricky Shane Page. Maybe the biggest of his career. Number 172. Ricky Shane Page over 236 Fred Rosser. 90% quality match. Death Valley Bomb, as the game calls it. But it's really Death Valley Driver. Game left out that it was on a chair. But I suppose is what it is. Moving on. We are down to 2 matches remaining on this show for the last 2 spots on the left side of the bracket in the round of 32. We now know 14 of the 16 wrestlers that will be on that side. And it is now time to fill in yet another spot. The 15th spot in round number 5. So many names to scroll through, especially when we get into the independents. This is going to be a mismatch in size, to be generous. To be less generous, this is going to be a massacre. Leon Ruffin coming to the ring now. Ruffin earlier on tonight beating Trey Miguel with a crucifix, 14 minutes and 24 seconds. He is 5'7", 157 pounds. He is giving up 9 inches and 143 pounds to Gunther, who beat Zack Sabre Jr. in 21 minutes, 13 seconds with his Golden Bomb finish. You gotta believe Gunther, after that marathon against Sabre, is going to look for a quick finish here against Ruffin, which, man, I do not envy Leon Ruffin right now, being in the ring with the ring general, who just starts the match by throwing him down by his hair. Ruffin sends him off the ropes. Oh, nice arm drag. The smaller, younger man. Oh, chop to the chest. Oh, that's probably not wise. That's one of Gunther's specialties. Again, throwing him down by his hair. Gunther, 1/3, the leader of Imperium on SmackDown. He is the WWE Intercontinental Champion. Of course, not allowed to bring Ludwig Kaiser or Giovanni Vinci to the ring with him. We do not allow managers, seconds, tag team partners, stablemates. None of that. We don't allow it. It's against the rules. 1-on-1 every time. This is the 418th match of the tournament. There's been no interference. There have been no disqualifications. Hasn't been a need for it. There have been 4 countouts. Every other match has ended by pinfall or submission. Aubrey Edwards is the referee for this match, featuring 2 former NXT wrestlers, Gunther and Leon Ruffin. Gunther, of course, got called up to SmackDown, where he's the Intercontinental Champion. Leon Ruffin was released. But definitely still a top guy on the indies. Very exciting young talent. He will only get better with age. Only a 5-year pro, as I mentioned earlier, during his first match against Trey Miguel. I mean, it was his 3rd match, but his first tonight. Trading blows back and forth. Ruffin actually coming out on top. Perhaps Gunther is, literally overlooking him, but figuratively overlooking him as well. Big boot to the midsection. Ruffin definitely sticking and moving. And as soon as I say that, Gunther catches him in the side headlock and tries to rip his head off. Forearm from Ruffin. Ruffin is not allowing himself to get close to Gunther. Oh, there's that big chop. And they're trading him. Judo throw from Gunther, and now he's firmly in control. Using that size and strength advantage. No, snapmare from Ruffin to take control right back. Gunther sends him off the ropes. High back body drop, and that is a high back body drop. That's that's probably close to 7 feet in the air. Actually, probably higher than that. Gunther's 6'4". Probably sent him at least 8 inches over his own head. Fireman's carry takeover by Ruffin. Gunther really having trouble getting out of the blocks here. Ruffin sticking and moving with that speed advantage. Fireman carry takeover again by Ruffin. Swings and misses on the drop kick. And Gunther with a big, deep arm drag. Now stomping on the inside of the leg. Trying to keep Ruffin grounded. Snap suplex from Ruffin. And another snapmare. 1 count only, says Aubrey Edwards. Collision there. Side headlock. No, side suplex by Ruffin. Eventually, Gunther, is going to kick it into a higher gear. Shoulder breaker there. And then just kicks him in the head. Sends Ruffin into the corner. Charging. Oh, Smart move, slamming on the brakes. He saw Ruffin was moving. Ruffin escapes between the legs. Gunther's like, no, you go to the floor now. And the ring general follows him out there. He gets sent into the barricade by Ruffin and then returns the favor. Back in the ring. Aubrey Edwards 6 count. Ruffin going for that crucifix. That's the move he used earlier to beat Trey Miguel. But Gunther was in the ropes. No count. Side headlock now from Gunther. Judo throw. Again by Gunther. Stomps on the inside of the leg. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Ruffin kicks out as we pass the 9-minute mark here in our semi-main event. It's Gunther in the black trunks. As Leon Ruffin in the blue. And Gunther is the number 28 seed in the tournament. Ruff is number 165. So really Gunther should be controlling this pretty handily, but Ruffin is hanging in there.
10 minutes gone.
Ring announcer announcing that we have passed the 10-minute mark. Nice step-up drop kick into a pendulum drop kick by Ruffin, but Gunther is actually first to his feet. Stomping away at the legs of Ruffin. It's a 1 count. Of course, he's not going to get the win with that. But the point is to ground Ruffin. Ruffin again with that step-up kick into the pendulum drop kick. Big overhand chop from Ruffin. Gunther again goes for the clothesline. Ruffin escapes between his legs. 1, 2. Ruffin now dragging Gunther away from the corner. Reversal on the whip. Scoop. Austrian driver from Gunther. Again, stomping on the leg. Dragon sleeper. Just wrenching back on the neck. Ruffin manages to get into the ropes. Swings and misses on the drop kick. They're now off the ropes. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry. Gunther's great. Big chop takes Ruffin down. His feet. Big overhand chop from Ruffin. And another. Sent into the corner. Series of forearms to the face, and down goes Gunther. It's possible that that match with Sabre took more out of Gunther than we thought. Because, I mean, I'll be honest, Leon Ruffin's a great wrestler, but he should not be hanging with Gunther like this. But Gunther went almost 21 minutes in his first round, or he went over 21 minutes in his first round match with Sabre, whereas Ruffin went less than 15. And his match was earlier in the night. So he's had significantly more time to recover. Suplex from Gunther, but both men are down. Forearm from Ruffin. Gunther returns with one of his own that just knocks him flat on his back. Gunther sent off the ropes. Crucifix! That's the move he used to win earlier. 2.9. Gunther kicks out. And like I keep saying, you gotta. Oh, there it is. Oh, he was going for the golden bomb, but Ruffin rolls through into a schoolboy. 1, 2. Gunther kicks out. Ruffin is, as I mentioned, he's a great wrestler, but that's got to be embarrassing for Gunther if he had lost, having his finisher reversed. Oh, that big chop, almost to the throat of Ruffin because he's so much taller. And a kick to the face. Ruffin actually first to his feet, though. A series of kicks to the side and out of the chest. Ruffin with the go behind. No, those quick elbows from Gunther gets him out of it. Now kicks to the head. Sent off the ropes. Ruffin was going for the crucifix, but Gunther blocked it. Big drop kick from Ruffin. We've passed the 17-minute mark now. Ruffin with a snap suplex. Man, Ruffin has really controlled this match. I'm as amazed as you are, folks. I really expected Gunther to make very short work of Ruffin in this match. But like I said, I think that round 3 matchup earlier tonight against Zack Sabre Jr. took a lot out of the ring general, because Ruffin has been in control almost the entire 18 minutes that this match has gone. Ruffin now off the ropes, going for that crucifix again. 1, 2, 3. That does it. Leon Ruffin has beaten Gunther. And Leon Ruffin has advanced. The number 165 seed is going to the round of 34. Number 28 seed, Gunther, is now Gunther. That was awful. I'm sorry. 18 minutes, 17 seconds. Crucifix pin. That's the second time tonight that Ruffin has used that crucifix to pick up the victory. And folks, there's been enough talk. It's time for the main event. As 2 of Japan's biggest stars prepare to go head-to-head. It's New Japan against Noah. The 2 biggest promotions in Japan right now. The referee will be Daichi Murayama from Pro Wrestling Stardom, the biggest Joshi promotion in the world, also based in Japan. We will see Go Shiozaki representing Pro Wrestling Noah. And we will see the number 5 overall seed. This is a chalk match, number 60 against number 5. New Japan will send Kota Ibushi to face Shiozaki in this match. As soon as I find him in the list, there he is, the Golden Star. Let's head to the ring for our main event. Winner will face Leon Ruffin in 5 weeks. I'm still reeling over to Leon Ruffin beating Gunther. That's I cannot believe that happened. And here he comes, the Golden Star, Kota Ibushi. Earlier tonight, Ibushi beat Xavier Woods in our shortest match of the night in 10 minutes and 8 seconds. And then Shiozaki beat Jungle Boy Jack Perry in 12 minutes and 23 seconds. Ibushi runs up the ropes to start. After Shiozaki reversed an Irish whip, they trade chops here early. Again, Daichi Murayama is your referee. Going to call it right down the middle. Ibushi sends Shiozaki off the ropes, goes for the drop kick. Shiozaki dodges, drops the knees across the back, scoop and a slam by Ibushi. Drop toe hold. Big chop from Shiozaki, and just a straight punch. They're exchanging strikes here. Ibushi went for a kick, but Shiozaki leg swept him. Goes for the pin. Ibushi kicks out before Murayama can even get down to count it. Fast and furious here in the first 90 seconds of the match. Big flying shoulder tackle. So Ibushi, the 18-year pro, the Golden Star, the hard-hit prince, the independent genius, 40-year-old Kota Ibushi, in there with a fellow 40-year-old Go Shiozaki, also an 18-year pro. So let's see, size-wise, Shiozaki's got an inch and 37 pounds, so not a huge difference, but Shiozaki is the bigger, stronger man. You'll, of course, notice that both men have a technical background, but Shiozaki will lean almost exclusively on that, whereas Ibushi also is a high flyer, martial artist, and is known to pull off a spot or two. I mean, he was a longtime tag team partner with Kenny Omega. Spike Rana dropping him right on the top of his head. Now into that half crab. Clubbing forearm across the back from Shiozaki. Goes for the cover. One count only. says referee Daichi Murayama. Ibushi now dragging Shiozaki away. Now back into that half crab. Murayama checking to see if Shiozaki gives up. He does not. Oh, man. Big power bomb from Shiozaki. 1 count only, though, as we close in on the 4.5 minute mark here. We're still very early in this one. 1 count only on the floor from Daichi Murayama. Shiozaki not wasting any time, getting right back in, but he runs right into a power slam from Ibushi. And a PK to the spine, right back into that half crab as we pass the 5 minute mark. Ibushi went for a spinning back kick, but Shiozaki responds with chops. And now rolling through. Good Lord, that sort of combination heel hook cloverleaf. Big chop from Shiozaki. Ibushi now charging into the corner. Big clothesline. And now a powerbomb? No. Shiozaki turns it into a back suplex. Too close to the ropes, though. No count, says Daichi Murayama. Ibushi went for probably a German suplex there, but Shiozaki elbows him in the face. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. And the winner of this match will face Leon Ruffin in round number 5. Ruffin having just pulled off the massive upset in our last match over Gunther. Number 165 seed eliminating number 28. Ibushi, backflip drop kick. Now putting Shiozaki up on the top rope. What's he going for here? Meeting him up there. No, Shiozaki elbows him off. Big elbow drop off the top rope. Back to the top. Is he going for that elbow again? Flying shoulder tackle off the top rope. Oh, he went for that Huracan, but Ibushi dodged it. Now hanging him from the tree of woe. Just letting him drop on his head rather than striking him. Shiozaki right back in control now, coming off the ropes. Big clothesline. They both go for strikes and miss, but Ibushi does not miss the spinning back kick or a kick to the back of the head. I think Ibushi wants that V-trigger. We saw him signal for it. Big clothesline. Shiozaki with a clothesline. There's a serious strong style battle here. Both men just pummeling each other with those clotheslines. Big series of kicks there from Ibushi. Rolls him over. Off the ropes. Oh, he went for that big clothesline, but Shiozaki moved. Again, signaling for it. There it is. V-trigger right on the chin. Shiozaki's back up, and they collide at the 10-minute mark. Shiozaki back to his feet first, and a big clothesline takes Ibushi down. 1, 2. Kick out by Kota Ibushi. The number 5 seed not going to go down that easy, despite the fact that the numbers 1, 2, and 4 seeds have already gone down. Drop toe hold. Leg trip. V-trigger. Ibushi hooks the leg. That might be it. 1, 2. No. Shiozaki kicks out as we pass the 11-11 mark. Make a wish. Small package from Shiozaki. 2. Kick out by Ibushi. Big chop from Shiozaki takes Ibushi down. Kind of trading strikes here. Kicks from Ibushi. Chops from Shiozaki. Big kick to the face. Huracan from Shiozaki takes Ibushi down. Now more kicks from Ibushi. Ibushi sends Shiozaki into the corner again, tying him to the tree of whoa. Now just kicks to the kidneys, right to the side. Brutal kicks. Now a striking combination from Ibushi. And a German suplex. 1, 2, 3. That does it. Kota Ibushi is your winner. Dominating fashion for Kota Ibushi tonight. Big wins over Xavier Woods and Go Shiozaki. The number 5 seed. Ibushi moves on. Let's see what the game thought of that. Since I don't need to be setting up anything else, I can let y'all see the screen here. Rapid German suplex is what the game is calling that finish. 93% quality, 13 minutes, 6 seconds. German suplex. So Ibushi moves on. So we now know Luchasaurus, Ricky Shane Page, Leon Ruffin, and Kota Ibushi will join Don't Die Miles, Antonio Honda, Karrion Kross, Hartley Jackson, Konosuke Takeshita, Willie Mack, Shingo Takagi, Frankie Kazarian, Powerhouse Hobbs, Jey Uso, Matt Jackson, and Nick Gage in the round of 32. So we have 4 more weeks of rounds 3 and 4 to fill in those last 16 spots in the round of 32. So episodes 41 through 44 will be that. Then episodes 45 and 46 will be rounds 5 and 6. And then our finale, episode 47, we will crown the first ever Pro Wrestling Simulated World Simulated Champion. So next week, episode 41, rounds 3 and 4 roll on. Jimmy Lloyd against Balian Aki, Stu Grayson against Atticus Kogar, Jacob Fatu against Atlantis Jr., Effie against Dr. Wagner Jr., Tetsuya Naito against Sami Callihan, Naomichi Marufuji against Francesco Akira, Suwama against Ali Catch, and Lee Moriarty against Ilya Dragunov. Folks, that's those 8 matches. And then, of course, just like tonight and just like the last 4 weeks, the winners will face each other. You will have to wrestle twice if you want to survive. Go from the round of 128 to the round of 32. And then we will see you in episode 46 because we now know the card for episode 45, or at least 8 of the 12 matches. So, folks, thank you so much for joining me. I will plug it again if you have not already gone to the FXC Wrestling YouTube channel and watched The Academy. I'm very, very proud of my involvement with FXC in general, and that show in particular. Those of us on the creative side and the production side have just put in a ton of work on that. Brad Owens, our technical director, did a fantastic job putting it all together. It's really great, and you guys can get a kind of behind-the-scenes view of what I've been doing with my Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights for the last 5 months. So, folks, next week, 12 more big matches. The 500 rolls on. We are down to 80 wrestlers remaining. Thanks so much for watching. I'm yours truly, Pat Dooley, and